powerful forces move economies and financial markets, driving the value of our investments, our pensions, our savings, transforming businesses, communities, and livelihoods, shaping all of our lives everywhere.
All right, you may begin your 7-minute pitch right now.
Rapidly evolving technology, volatile geopolitical landscape, and relentless climate change, they are interconnected. The infrastructure for capital allocation was not built for this. In 2008, financial crisis wiped out $10 trillion from the global economy. COVID disrupted $14 trillion. What's converging now are all forces together, putting at risk 1/5 of the global GDP at risk. For Japan, with $4 trillion deployed across global markets, all of these forces land here, on your pensions, on your balance sheets, on your investments. The CEO of a top 3 global reinsurer, head of investment at a sovereign fund, and chairman of a top 3 US bank, they've all told us the same thing. We need this problem solved. Minasan konnichiwa. I'm Adish. I'm the founder and CEO of Shizen. For 700 years, the art performed on this stage has been guided by a principle called yugen, the profound beauty of what is deeply felt but cannot be directly seen. Finance has its own yugen. Forces felt in every balance sheet, every portfolio, every economy, but no model sees them. So what's happening inside institutions trying to solve this problem? Climate is separate from fundamentals, disconnected from risk models. CIOs get reports, not signals. Fragmented solutions, $500,000 spent and 3/4 of time invested, only to begin. That's the gap. The capability to model systemic forces in investment decisions does not exist. When we sit with teams at these institutions, what they ask for is completely different from what exists today. They do not want another report. They want to know how a drought in Brazil or a climate event in Southeast Asia or the US reprices their portfolio. How a policy shift in Brussels changes their factor exposure. That is what we have built. We make systemic risk investable. And this is what it looks like. Forward-looking and a unified platform. Our team comes from Wall Street, risk, research, quant, and engineering. We built Shizen to give those same teams at your institutions the infrastructure to make effective and precise decisions. We've built this. What powers this is built for institutional grade decisions. Shizen is AI native infrastructure where your teams can build their own models, run their own scenarios, and are always in full control. In Japanese, Shizen means naturalness. Not just nature, not just humans, not just the economy. The harmony between them all. If you are to remember 3 things about Shizen today, we are infrastructure. Shizen lives inside your investment models where decisions are actually made. Shizen is forward-looking. We model how systemic forces compound and where they are heading, because that's what matters for investment decisions. Shizen runs on domain-specialized AI that is unbiased and adaptive. Your teams are always in full control at every decision, and your data never leaves your firm. We are actively engaged with financial institutions across the US, UK, and Switzerland. With a combined AUM of $15 trillion, the market we are building for is over $50 billion a year and is growing 20% year on year. Shizen exists because of the team with a shared purpose to build the future of finance. Our team has shaped and architected policy for global capital allocation and international trade at the highest levels of Swiss government, built data infrastructure for financial institutions they run on, managed credit risk and climate strategy at JP Morgan. I worked in equity research and also built digital products for small and medium businesses in Japan and the US. We are backed by some of the most important institutions in the world and have been recognized globally. Japan is navigating all these global forces at once. No country has more at stake, and no country's institutions are more ready for what we have built. We came here to build with Japanese institutions for Japanese capital markets. We're looking for pilot partners, asset managers, banks, pension funds, insurers. We're looking for strategic partners to build here in Japan, and investors who understand that systemic risk infrastructure is not optional, it is inevitable. In No, the Hashikagari Bridge connects the invisible world to the visible. Shizen is that bridge, and we are ready to build it with you.
Thank you very much. That was Mr. Adish Rakecha, founder and CEO of Shizen Incorporated from the USA, infrastructure making systemic risk investable.